I just slammed my leg into my table. Okay. Let's see if we can kind of finagle this around. Okay. We're back. I want to try to finish this painting. Or not finish it tonight, probably. But I want to get close. I want to get close on this painting, so I'm just going to lay down some colors. I need to find a better situation for this. Because I don't like using caps, but I also don't like doing this every single time. That's why I like gouache, because I don't have to use my bottles. Oh, oops. That's why I like using gouache, because I don't have to use my my tubes all the time. That's what I wanted to say. Some of this. Get some. I guess we need some green, probably. Just a little bit. Some yellow oxide. There we go. But yeah, so we've been working on this painting for, I don't remember, I think this will be the second day we've worked on it. But it's probably been like, this will be the start of the second hour I've worked on it. So 2 hours so far. Or 1 hour, I guess. And then this will be the second. Oh, hold on, let me grab something. Okay, back. We need a little bit of black. The black doesn't seem to have the same issue of like clogging as the other paints do. Oops. A little bit of white. There we go. Let's see if we can kind of do that. I don't. So this is okay. This is actually no. Let's do it. Okay. So I'm watching the fights as I stream as well. So I gotta finagle the camera in a sort of kind of way. Okay. What's the biggest issue right now? I think right now the vibrancy of the skin tone is the first issue. I think the vibrancy right here is the biggest issue that I'm seeing. Like, I'm gonna see if I can't mix up. Oh, you know what? I need a red too. That's gonna be where her vibrancy comes from. There we go. I think if we add some red. Thank you. I think that's a compliment. I can't really tell, but thank you. I guess appreciate it. Let's see if we can't mix up a more vibrant mid-tone skin tone. Let's see. I think keeping white mostly out of it. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, it's kind of dull. I think if we try our best to keep white paint out of this and keep it red and yellow and burnt sienna, we'll be better off. Let's see. That's beautiful. Okay, let's see how that looks on the skin. Yeah, that looks much more appropriate. Also, I forgot to mention, today is, actually, I don't know, is that the title of the stream? I don't know what the title of the stream is. But today is my birthday, so this is a birthday painting. So that feels very good. I did do a little bit. We had like food and stuff, and it was very nice. But no wild parties, no drinking, just I worked on a plein air painting this morning, and now I'm finishing today off with this painting. So honestly, I couldn't ask for a better birthday. I couldn't ask for it to go better. like this color. I'm gonna try to touch it in. It's kind of weird coming in cold back to a painting, because I know the last one I left it off, I was in a flow. But now that I'm starting kind of cold again, it makes it kind of harder to get my groove. But we're gonna make it work. Thanks, Adonis. Appreciate it. Right now, I mean, the most fun part so far is working on this painting. It's pretty fun, I think. Okay. Doing good. I think we need to blend in some of this skin tone. That looks good, but the brightest value of her skin is kind of not there, so I'm gonna mix in some white. We're actually gonna dull this out quite a bit. This mid-tone, this lighter value of her skin is gonna be a lot duller than everything else. At least that's how it looks in the reference, so that's kind of what I'm gonna try to match. Ooh, that might be too dull. Let's see. That looks close. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna look really. Let's just try it out, I guess. Let's see. That looks good. That looks pretty good. It's a very dull color, so I want to add some more color in there. Okay, let's see. That's kind of red. Okay, I want it to be more yellow. This is essentially what, like, my whole painting, whenever I paint something, that's what it looks like. I just sit back and I keep thinking of, like, how did I mess this up? Okay, let's fix that. And then if I fix it, then it's like, okay, that's cool. Finally got that. On to the next thing that I messed up. Let's see, that's kind of, looks good. It needs to be more red. I wish I had a really nice, strong burnt sienna. The burnt sienna I have now is not super, like I think the paint is mixed with a lot of binders. So it's not like the strongest color. It's kind of like there's a lot of white in there, which makes it hard for me to really punch up, I feel like, her skin tone. Let's get rid of that. Pretty soon here, I'm going to need to start working with a smaller brush. Because we're getting close to that kind. That's good. That's good. I'm going to scoot you guys up a little bit. I'm just trying to avoid showing the screen of what I'm watching, the UFC. I'm gonna mix up the lightest value of her skin tone now. Mixing in a lot of yellow, a lot of white. We need more pink too, or more red too. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that kind of looks right. We need to find another middle in between value, but that looks good. Actually, does it? Looks a little light. I mean, it matches the reference, but it looks light for the actual painting. Maybe I'll go a touch darker. I like this. I like that. I like that value, putting it in there. That was a pretty satisfying value to touch in, I think. Another question I have, and this is for if you're watching this in the replay or if you're watching it live, you can answer. Do you guys use Pinterest? And if so, do you guys follow artists that post on Pinterest? Because I've really been thinking, and I honestly, not even I'm thinking, I'm planning on posting more on Pinterest and becoming more involved in that platform. Because I feel like artsy people definitely gravitate towards Pinterest. I just don't know if, I hope it's worth the amount of time that it takes to post there and do all that stuff. Like Instagram is like, I don't know if Instagram is even worth it when it comes to like consistently posting there. For me, at least. I know a lot of people do really well there. I just don't know if for me it'd be worth it. But yeah, I definitely would like to post there because and I don't know what does well on Pinterest either. Like I know the informational stuff does really relatively well. Like how to paint a manga leg, or you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff. But I wonder what I could do that would do well over there. So I guess we'll just have to see. This is a pretty light value to touch in. Maybe this is where I'd benefit from oil painting, where these values aren't really moving too much. Or also a smaller brush would probably be better. Okay, let's see. The underneath of her hand is there. Fingers. Oops, I think I'm showing like most of the fights. Okay, there we go. Something in here seems like it's too dark. Like I think her eyes, the underneath of her eyebrow is too dark. I think I need to put in. Let's see how this value looks. Hold on, I need to close my door real quick. Okay, we're back. We're back. Yeah, so this value seems too dark. We'll lighten that up real quick. This value is too dark. Right here is too dark. Now it's too light as well. Just going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm gonna go a little darker with her hair as well. Okay, let's see. Pretty much just straight up red and black. And I have a little bit of brown in there as well. Let's see how this looks. Now we need to go a little darker, a little bit darker. Okay, that looks good. I just noticed the reference also has an earring. I think that could be kind of cool to add in. Maybe it's the darks on the face that we're missing. I think that might be something that's kind of holding my mind up. I think we might need some more darks on her face. So I'm going to add in some of the darks on her face. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Sorry for that sound. Just in touches. I'm just adding these in little touches to see if it kind of changes anything. Okay, you know what? It's not the dark values. I think it's the light values that is really missing on her face. I'm gonna switch to a little bit of a smaller, let's see, do I have a, hey, this one's good. I'm gonna switch to this brush, which is like a smaller flat, but it's cleaner flat, like as opposed to this big one that's all like puffy and, you know, this one's a bit cleaner and flatter. I think that'll be good for the light skin tones. Let's see. It's gonna be so light. Yeah, we need to darken that up just a touch. Let's see what this looks like. I don't hate that. I don't hate the value. Makes her look a little makeup-y, but I'm not a huge fan of painting makeup-y women. I don't know if that's like a word, but I don't like to make it look like they're wearing a lot of makeup. Let's see if we can't kind of change that value. I keep saying value, but that's really the truth. That's really what I'm looking for. No. Let's see, there we go, and then the upper lip. Yeah, this is starting to frustrate me a little bit. And I think it's because I don't know what it is. This is kind of getting a little difficult, more than I expected. I think it's because I had kind of high expectations for this portrait. I think that's part of the frustration, but we're gonna keep pushing through this painting. It's her ear. So touch that in. I want to mix up a really vibrant skin tone that's just darker than this. I feel like that'll kind of help bring some stuff together. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, this too dark and too red. It's a little better. I just need more yellow. Nope. I think I was right a second ago. There we go. That's a nice color. I think her skin is so clear that it's kind of making her look like she has like a lot of... She obviously does have some makeup on, but I think her skin's so clear that it's kind of making it look like she has a lot of makeup on. At least for me when I'm painting. In the photo, she doesn't really have that look, but... It's crazy because nothing is super bad on this portrait, but it also doesn't look right at all. I know it's because we're kind of lapping over the darks, but still. Something doesn't look... You know what, maybe when we fix the darks again, it'll look okay. Because it feels like I'm putting the right values everywhere, but something still is unsettling. I'm gonna work back in some of the darks, just like, not the darkest, but some of the darker colors. Okay. I think we're getting somewhere with adding the darks back in. Okay. I'm gonna touch back in her eye. Let's see, what brush can we use? I don't really want like an illustrative brush. I want to use like another flat, but I guess this is the best I have for right now. Well, I have plenty of flat brushes. It's just I can't find one right now. Let's add in some very darks on her face once again. Too small. Something like that. I think it looks kind of okay. I want to add it in the white of her eye again. And we can see kind of where we're at then. Okay. Let's see what that looks like if we add in the white of her eye again. It kind of feels like we've made no progress from the beginning of this video, of this live stream. It feels like we've gone back and forth in a circle. And like maybe it might have been better off when we first started the painting, but that's kind of sometimes how things go. Let's see how this looks. Just touch that back in and then touch this back in. Now her eye feels way too big. Whew, okay. I guess this is good to show that painting isn't always easy and super fun. Sometimes it gets frustrating and kind of annoying. Okay, let's see. Toss this in. Oh, that's too light. Too light and too cool. Still too light, but it's okay. We can kind of finagle it back down. I've noticed in today's stream, my favorite words have definitely been finagle and touch. We're going to kind of finagle this mid-tone, or this highlight a little darker. That's almost too dark. Oh snap, what's up, Ash? 30 minutes. Just 30 minutes. Okay, this midtone is absolutely making me have to work. There you go. Highlight on her nose. There's actually a highlight underneath this little. I'm gonna just fill that in for now. There's a highlight underneath her nostril. And then on top of her eyelid, right here, the lip line. It's a little darker, but her chin. She looks good. She looks good. We need to. I need to go a little bit brighter. I'm gonna keep adding some highlights in. We probably cover them up later. Probably cover them up later, but let's just see. There you go. There you go. She's also wearing I did not notice this at all. She's also wearing like beads on her face. I don't know what this is about, like little pearls. I think that's like some of those things that girls wear now when they have a pimple and they wear like a sticker on their face. That might be what that is. What do you mean? What's going on with my palette? I can show you. This is how I'm mixing today. It has many, many, many layers of paint on it, if that's what you mean. There are so many layers of paint. Because it takes more time to wipe off the paint than it does to just paint another layer of paint on it. So that's usually what I just do. Just paint over it with more gray. I like how this is going now. A second ago I was just like, no, it's nowhere near as satisfying. It doesn't come off in one nice piece. I wish it did though. Can you imagine how nice that would be if it just came off in one nice piece? Just 14 weeks of painting all come off at once. That would be so sick. But it comes off in like little chips, so I just paint over it. Too much time, too much work. Oops, grab some white on accident. Okay, let's hope this is gonna be a light, really vibrant orange. Kind of. It's not even that late, but I feel so tired right now. I feel kind of exhausted, honestly. Thanks. Thanks, Ash. I really appreciate that. I kind of wanted to keep, I kind of wanted to keep everything else dull and then have her be like the most vibrant, like, the idea we talked about in the last stream is that I wanted her to be like the only pretty like attractive thing on the painting, and then have like the background be really dreary and like stormy and like that. I haven't done much. I went to a yard sale. If you mean the painting, I've only done like 30 minutes of painting on this today. But if you mean like in my life, I went to a yard sale or a flea market, and then I had some food with my family. And that's about it. I don't think I did much today. I called some people. Oh yeah, I've done nothing to be this tired. I don't think I've earned the right to be this exhausted right now. I think it's just like the dread of knowing like I have stuff to do. Actually, that's not true. I did work on an essay a lot today, and that's very draining. I worked on an essay like most of today, which really took a lot out of me. You didn't go to the pier, okay? How far away is the pier from your job? Make a podcast? What? Are you going to like a YouTube a YouTube university? Then they're making you do a podcast? Crazy. I'm not gonna lie, Ash. When I took sociology, I could not stand it at all. I could not stand that class. That class actually made me like it just it brought something out of me every day that I didn't like. I did not like that class at all. Like no hate to anybody who likes sociology, but oh my goodness, that class made me like frustrated so much. It just was very much like not me. Like and I'm not trying to like rag on the teacher. I'm sure she's a wonderful lady. But every day she would talk about how Kim Kardashian has implants and how Kim Kardashian is stupid. Now it's pretty much just her disdain for Kim Kardashian. That's basically what. That's oh okay. Sorry, Ash. Well, I hope you enjoy the sociology club. But it felt more like a gossip class. It felt more like she was just ragging on Kim Kardashian the whole time, talking about like her opinions on stuff. And that's pretty much what it was. It was just like her opinions on like social events. It was so. I don't think I didn't get anything from that class either. The assignments were the most like easily understood, self-explanatory things. What's up, Stephanie? You hated philosophy? For real? Philosophy was like my favorite class when I first got to college. That was the class I was like, oh snap. That actually changed like I feel like philosophy changed my perspective on everything. But I could see how it could be boring. I loved it. That's sad. I had such a fun professor. Well, not such. He wasn't like doing backflips and stuff, but he would just let us talk about like different social, not social, but like different like ethical questions. He would give us like moral dilemmas, and he would give us moral dilemmas, and let us like try to figure out how they worked and stuff, and like the idea that maybe nothing is concrete. You know, I just like that. Um, that's interesting that philosophy would be taught by a Christian professor. That's interesting. I feel like philosophy is the one class where they would have This is interesting. That's very interesting. She did not give us the objectivity that I think was needed. Well, there is no objectivity. There really is no objectivity in philosophy. Isn't that the whole thing? That philosophy is like purely. But I think I know what you mean. I could see that being kind of annoying. Just open-ended questions and just let everybody just yell and not yell, but like get in heated little arguments. Have you guys seen? I don't even know if I could bring it up. Nah, I'm not gonna bring it up. There's a clip that makes me laugh so much, but it's kind of political, but it's so funny. I literally have been laughing at it for like days straight. But it's the one where they're like at a protest. There's a video where the guy's at a protest, and people are protesting something, and then he like tries to argue with them, and then he kicks, he roundhouse kicks the woman's phone, and thinks that that's okay. It's just stupid. But that clip makes me laugh so much. Okay, this is dark. I think her lips look relatively okay. Majoring humanity. You're majoring in. What is your major again, Ash? I forgot. What's your major? I'm a man of many. I'm a man that enjoys a diverse amount of entertainment. That is. I forgot that you guys can see the fights right here in the corner. Okay. I guess you would never come to an answer. But at least you guys have answers to, or you have questions that need to be answered. When I study IT, it's literally like just the book is open and closed. This is how you do this. This is how you do this. This is how this works. This is how this works. It's never gonna change. That's basically what it is. Or like, yeah, my work is not very like the homework I have and the schoolwork I have is there's really no questions you can ask about it. It's just it is what it is. Okay. We come to an answer sometimes, but theory is so annoying. I wish after all of that thinking and discourse there was a right answer. It depends. I guess it depends on what kind of question you're asking. Because if you're asking like a question like how do we bridge a divide between gender, what's it like? I guess there's like maybe there's multiple answers to the kind of questions you'd be asking. But yeah, I don't really want to have to deal with any of those. I don't really want to deal with any of those issues anyways. I want to like live in the woods and like find my peace through other things rather than arguing with people whether or not this is okay or this is okay or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't really care because I'm not really involved in it. I just kind of want to be on a farm somewhere. Be on a farm chopping wood and have a wife, you know, just chilling out. That's kind of what I prefer than to figure out what's right with other people. So talking about, speaking about being on a farm, today at the flea market, I got a handsaw. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do actually. Come to think about it, I don't know really know why I got it. But oh, you know what? I would like to build a chair. I think that could be really cool to build a chair. But I don't know where I would get the bigger pieces of wood from. I guess I could go. We should do like a video where I go in the woods and find pieces of wood. Speaking of videos, geez, I'm just all over the place. I actually worked on a painting today. Ash, I know you saw part of it. This is what the painting is looking like so far from today. I think it looks pretty good. I still need to do some little things like touch in this little whatever in this little thing. And my nails are terribly full of paint and dirt and mud and worms and you know what's also like my fingernails aren't really filled with dirt and mud and whatever, but like I did a painting the other day. I'll show it to you. So yesterday I worked on this painting and I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty proud of how it turned out, right? Looks kind of nice. Her eyes look a little wonky, but I dropped it and then I wiped it off with a rag. And there's so many like little specks of stuff and like little hairs, and so this is definitely going to be kept in my room. I don't think I can sell this. There's so many little hairs and stuff. Oh my goodness. You guys just watch the fights. You are such a cowboy at heart because I was like to go Home Depot is sick. I love Home Depot. Everything's kind of expensive and they do that handwriting that makes you think it's cheap. Home Depot tries to trick you with the handwriting to make you think like you're getting a good deal, but it never is. I don't think it's ever a good deal. But you guys know what I mean? That Home Depot handwriting? Hope that makes sense. Thanks, Ash. I kind of don't like the texture, but thank you for appreciating it. It literally is like gum. Like it literally is like gum on the back of like a like the bottom of like a movie theater seat. That's literally what this is. It's like gum on the bottom of like a train seat, like a Greyhound bus. I don't mind it though. It's okay. Stephanie, I think it looks fine. I don't see the issue. I see no issue with this. Dude, you guys are. I'm a grown man. See, I've harnessed nature with my own hands. I've caught wild boars. I've caught wild dogs. I can handle a little bit of dirty palate. I've wrangled horses. I can handle gum. literally the 100 layer challenge. But like not trying to. This is a 100 layer challenge. There probably are like 40 layers. The thing is that when I peel it off, it doesn't come off clean. Dollar Tree has palette paper. That is a good idea. But to be fair, I do kind of like it. Here, okay, okay, Ash. Since you're so above me, watch. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys. Watch. The stuff does not come up like at all. Also, another reason it doesn't come up clean is because I use a lot of gesso. And the gesso is a different, yeah, I just bought this today too. Isn't this cool? Yeah, the gesso, is a different texture. And it kind of makes it like softer and like gooier. Well, you guys are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous. Yeah, of course I prime it. That's why it's gray. Because the layer below it has a bunch of blue and green and purple and red. The same thing like this. But then I go over it with gray. So I can like actually see what color I'm using. But I would love to see your guys' beautiful setups. I would love to see you guys' beautiful palette. And honestly, if you guys think that's bad, you're gonna feel really bad about my water setup. I've been using the same. These two bowls have been my water bowls for like multiple years. I don't know if this is as bad or if this is good. This is fine. I think that's fine. I think that's being thrifty and being an honest man. Being a kind-hearted, honest young man. Okay, okay. So I've made some progress. So the bowls is okay. But the second I start using a palette over and over again. You guys are too much. The water needs to be changed. You guys are too much. Maybe I'm just like a dirty artist then. Because I will use that water until it's like absolutely opaque. I will use that water until it's literally like black. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of buying art supplies either. I don't like having to go to the store and get something. I'd rather just use what I have. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Because one thing I'm really kind of proud of is that I've always been more of like a process-oriented painter than a product. I really don't care about like, oh, I'm using Holbein gouache, I'm using Winsor & Newton, or versus. I don't really care that much about that kind of stuff. Or like, oh, I'm using a clean palette, you know? I don't care about that kind of stuff. I care more about like, I learned finally how to do this technique that helps me do this, or like I did this and it kind of fixed the face. I don't know. I like that kind of stuff. I'm not that concerned with the products. Stephanie, that was too far. That was too far, Stephanie. Some of my brushes are really rough. Some of my brushes have been through a lot. This brush I accidentally ran over. I'll show you. This brush I accidentally drove my car over. It's still hanging in there though. Actually, it's not really hanging in there. It's kind of rough. But this has been my favorite brush for a long time, so I keep it. Let's see another one. Most of my brushes are good. I don't even have any. There's no jokes to make about them. This is a beautiful brush that's been treated well and treated fairly in its life. It's still very useful. So this is a good brush, good quality. Let's see what else I have. Yeah, there's no jokes. My brushes are just in good shape. I take care of my brushes, unlike some people. So, yeah. You know what's crazy? I was actually trying to find ugly brushes, and I don't have any. All of my brushes are gorgeous. That's the thing. Definitely beauty. Yeah, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And I can't find any ugly brushes. I do have this disturbing palette you guys will probably hate. This palette is also ready to be... You know, let's see if it'll peel. Let's see. Let's see if you guys are right. Let's see. Let's see if we can get kind of an angle. Oh, hold on. Oh. Oh, snap. Okay, hold on. Ooh, that's pretty. Hold on. I gotta find a get... Okay, I take it back. Okay. All right, fine. You guys were right. I take it back. Everything I just said for the past 10 minutes, I take it back. Now, okay, here's the thing. This is my only question. Why would I do this? Why would I do this when I could just paint over it? That's my question. That's my only question. Is why would I ever take that time to do this when I could just paint over it and restart? But that was fun. And look at this. That's kind of pretty. I kind of like this inside color. I'm going to just hold on. I'm going to save this real quick. I'm going to save this for later, this little inside thing. I kind of like this. I'll keep that somewhere. But the big one doesn't work like that. The big one is not going to do that. Like, that was fun and all. And it definitely felt like I was scratching an itch that I haven't scratched in a year. But, like, the big one's not going to do that because I have a lot of gesso on it. It's not going to work. You guys are going to be unsatisfied. You guys are going to leave unsatisfied because it's not going to work like that. All right, but hold on. I just want to see. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I can't get an angle on it either. And my knife isn't that sharp either. I don't want to cut myself on stream. Yeah, see, it's too gooey. Like, it's not going to peel up like that. Thanks, Adonis. You like the knife? Isn't that very cool? This is a work knife, a very good quality work knife. They had another one. The guy had another knife that I don't think I think it actually might have been worth a lot of money. But it was like kind of rusted, and I don't think it was opening right, and I think a blade was missing. But it was a cool looking. It was like a Barlow knife, a Barlow blade. Oh, and actually is a good segue. The Barlow blade that I saw at the guy's thing is actually is a blade that happens to be in my book. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen my book, or you haven't you don't know I've had a book, yeah, he uses a Barlow knife in one of those scenes. So there you go. What was I saying? I forgot. I love a good purse knife. I think you should carry a purse knife. I think everyone should carry a knife. Well, I don't know about that, but I feel good about me carrying a knife. It makes me feel safer carrying a knife. It also makes me feel like I have like the capability to do whatever I want. Like if I really needed to open a can of pickles, or like a can of like beans that for some reason doesn't have a lid, then I can use that. If somebody has like a stray hair on their clothing. I also carry a lighter too. And you would think that, like, I don't know, I feel like people think it's kind of odd to carry a lighter on you when you don't smoke, but it just like, I actually needed it the other day too. Like I was at an event, I was at an art event, and they were tying knots. They were tying like fisherman's knots and stuff. And the paracord they're using to tie the knots required a lighter to, it needs to be burned in order to like seal itself off. And I was the only person at that event that was carrying a lighter, dude, or at least in that vicinity. So I saved the day. I helped people. I helped a couple of people. I helped one lady, one young woman. I let somebody use my lighter. I used it and helped them, whatever. But I feel like people should carry more stuff like that. Okay. If I wrote a book, it would be my entire personality. Low key though, kind of is. I carry a Nerf gun on occasions, gold sprayed. I believe I've seen that. Sitting in a bin. So, I have seen that Nerf gun. Yes, fire. Fire is fun. I mean, it's scary, but it's also like kind of good to have on you. Okay. We're kind of at a stalling point with the face. I don't think I've made progress in the past 5 minutes. So what I want to do quickly is, not this, I need a better one. I need, you should honestly thank Adonis for that. Adonis got me wise to carrying more things on me. Yeah, I carry a lot of stuff. I carry a first aid kit. I carry a knife. I carry what else do I carry? I carry a lighter. I carry snacks. I carry a lot of stuff, dude. Like, if I think I'm more ready now than I've been in a long time for stuff like that. Okay, let's put it in her other eye. I think this should be darker and warmer. I'm gonna grab my best brush. I'm gonna grab my best brush real quick. So I'm gonna push in a little bit of her eye. Aquaphor, that is good. Oh, I do carry Aquaphor. I carry Aquaphor. I carry Q-tips too. I carry Band-Aids. You know what? I kind of want to show that off now because I'm really proud of my, hold on. Okay, I carry a lot of stuff in my backpack, but this is just the stuff that I keep in my, like, survival little pocket in my backpack. Brother, we got a Bible, brother. We got gum. This is like my, like, if I, like, have to talk to somebody, if I have to speak to somebody and I think that my breath stinks, we have, we have Vaseline. You know they have Vaseline in a chapstick form? Hold on, look. You know they have Vaseline in a chapstick form? That's so sick. They have... I have too many Band-Aids, whatever. Breath floss. We have breath strips. This is a lifesaver. This has been great for my nails. My nails are always dirty and like there's always paint on them or something on them. This is like also for nails and stuff. I had Q-tips, but I think I used them all. And a safety pin. That's just what I keep in this little thing. Okay, there we go. Put that in there. That's not gonna fit. This is so not painting related. Okay, I think that's a good amount of gum. Yes, sir. There we go, Stephanie. Thank you. Appreciate that. Put that in there. Okay, let's just put all this stuff back. Okay. Also, we have playing cards because I feel like that's a good thing to know, like to know card games. So then if you ever get like lost somewhere and you're like with people you don't know, you could bust out like, hey, you want to play 21 or whatever games. I also just got this. We should actually check this out. I think at this point, we're just extending the live stream for no reason. But I just got this today for $3, I think. I forget how much I paid, but I paid like so little. Let's see what actually comes with though. I kind of I'm curious. What does this say? Spanish. Okay, I guess that's solid. I mean, I kind of already know this stuff. I think I can leave this out, I think. We got a cold pack. Dude, that's sick. That's good. That's a good deal. Alcohol preps. Bandages, butterfly. Ooh, butterfly closures. That's really nice. More tiny little bandages. Kind of useless. Yeah. Antibiotic. That's a good deal. What are these gloves? Total walnut. What? Am I a prepper? Yeah, honestly, yeah. I would say yeah. I don't have as much as I would like to have, like all the supplies I need. Okay, I think we're good. I think this was well worth $3. Yeah, I got such a good deal. It was at a flea market, that's why. But that's just what I carry. That's just what I carry in my backpack. I have more stuff. But you know what? I need to write down real quick. I need to get a tourniquet. Is that how you spell tourniquet? I need to get more pepper spray too. Pepper spray is kind of expensive. I wish it was like half the price it is now. Because it makes no sense. I feel like it should be like $2 for pepper spray, but it's not. It's like 10 minimum. Pepper spray. Spice. Did you just say spice up your life and carry Narcan? Oh my goodness, dude. Spice up my life. As if it's just something fun to toss in there. Just carry some Narcan. Just toss it in there. I could carry Narcan. I just don't think I'm in those kind of situations like ever. I don't think I've ever seen someone overdose on anything. I don't think I've ever even like Yeah, I'm not really around that kind of stuff. Um, thankfully. You know what that reminds me of? Ash, have you seen that show? What is it called? Man, what is it called? But where like there's this one blonde woman, she's kind of pretty, and then there's like one guy, and they're both recovering addicts, and they work as people who like help addicts get to like rehab and stuff and like treatment centers. It was like a short-lived show. But it was had me so inspired, made me want think I wanted to be like make me think I wanted to do that for my job. I forgot what the show was called. Um, but I think the girl's name is Frankie. Or maybe that's the guy's name, Frankie. I don't know. Man. I wish I knew what it was called. I forgot. There have been twice where I've considered having to use it, and I was a coward. Just I call the ambulance. Yeah, I think they got it. I mean that's fine because you don't want to misuse something. But I don't think Narcan is. Yeah, I've heard that for sure. I've definitely heard people get like agitated because they have no clue what's going on, or like, yeah, they're disoriented. I've definitely heard that where people like try to fight you, even though you just like saved their life. Yeah, that's definitely a concern. But it's also like in the UFC, like sometimes in the UFC, people will like get knocked out or choked out, and then they'll just start wrestling the first person that they see, like just off instinct. They think they're a threat, even though it's like the referee or like some cameraman. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd be willing. I don't know if I'd. Well, let me see. How much does Narcan cost? I'd have to look that up. If it's like $20, I might get it. Yeah, if it's not too much, I might invest in some Narcan. I just don't know if there's a point. Because I'm usually home by like 8, so people don't really overdose past. I don't feel like people don't overdose. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. But you know what I mean. Like I get home by 8, so I'm usually good. Okay, we need to work on her dress. Her dress is really lacking. We have made a lot of progress on her face. Oh snap! The government gives it for free. Okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe my college would give me some for free. Maybe we'll see about that. They probably should. That would only be right if they would give it to us for free. Oh, okay. This is the fight I was looking forward to, actually. So if I'm a little distracted, I apologize. It amazes me how you paint without drawing first. Stephanie, you know what's crazy? I actually am not great at drawing. That's why I do it. I don't feel confident with my drawing, so I kind of like have no other choice but to just not draw when I paint. Stephanie, do you draw before you paint? It just feels so much more natural to just like jump in with paint and then like fix it. And I think it's because I'm not as in love with drawing as I am with painting. Like I can paint here for hours, but if a drawing took me anywhere near this long, I would like throw up. I don't know. I would have some sort of like mental breakdown if a drawing took me this long. But a painting, I can dedicate like a week to a painting and feel fine about it. So I'm more willing to like engage in like fixing it and making the mistakes, doing all that. I've become an underpainting person. That's what I do. I think that's what I do. I can't really tell if my stuff's underpainting. But yeah, I like underpaintings. I also did a couple paintings the other day for a book cover that for the second book that I'm writing, and I did them in grisaille, I guess you could call it. Yeah, I think that's how you say it, grisaille, where you start off with a black and white painting in watercolor or in acrylic, and then you come over top of it with a different medium. I did that, and that was really nice. That was a great experience. It like actually felt the easiest I think of paintings I ever felt. But that was a very particular kind of painting, where the reference was super clear and everything like that. You can't paint without it. Okay, that's crazy. But you're also doing watercolor, right? Right, Stephanie, you're doing watercolor? That's a little different. That's like a little harder to do without a drawing. Grisaille. I think I know what you mean. It's pronounced grisaille. It might be. I'm still gonna say grisaille. I'm still gonna say grisaille. Oh, you know what was really cool? Did you guys see? I don't know if you guys watched Sarah Burns, but Sarah Burns is a really good plein air painter, and she's doing this thing. I've seen some other people do it, but where she's having like she's letting people come visit her in Spain. I think it's Spain. Yeah. In Spain, and you get to like go and do like a plein air painting with her. That's really sick. That's really awesome. Isn't that so cool? Did you see that? The announcement? That's a really cool thing for her to do. That's pretty sick. Where you get to like, I spend like, I think it's like a weekend. You guys just hang out and paint and with other people. That's really sick. If I was at the point of my life where I could afford that, I probably would be going. That's really cool. Honestly, I was thinking if I can, if you know, if this painting, if the YouTube channel kind of builds up a little bit, I could see myself doing something like that. That'd be really fun. To get to hang out with the people that watch and like just do plein air and stuff, and literally have like a weekend of just hanging out. I probably wouldn't be Spain. I'd probably go like Iowa. probably do something. I'd probably do something a little bit lower class, like Iowa, or we go to like Montana, somewhere a little cheaper. It wouldn't be an experience, but it'd be fun. You know what I mean? We go to like Chicago. We just hang out in Chicago. Yeah, I wouldn't go to Spain. I probably wouldn't be able to set that all up. But we could hang out in like a random town in like in Kentucky, like Alabama. We could do a plein air thing in Alabama. I'm almost tempted to leave her. I'm almost tempted to leave her. Tempted to leave her clothing kind of abstract. Just because for the sake of, I think it might make her look a little, like make her stand out more if everything else is kind of abstract. Montana, yeah, Montana would be cool. Just got recommended your short called Time for it. Do I have a short called Time for a new palette? I didn't know. I forgot. New York, that could be cool. I feel like I would, if I was gonna do New York, I wouldn't do New York City. I would do like somewhere like near, like the places James Gurney's at, like Rhinebeck. That's really pretty. I've never left the country. Same here. I don't really have any plans to do it either. Like, anyways, anytime soon. Anyway, I feel like the U.S. is really sick. It's kind of underappreciated for how pretty the U.S. is. Once I graduate, I would really like to go on a big road trip. I've been saying this so much that I almost feel like I should stop saying it so I actually like do it. But once I graduate, I would love to go on a road trip and see the beauty that is the United States of America. I really want to delve into like some Native American history. I want to like maybe stay on some reservations and stuff. If they even let you, I don't know if they would even let you do that. I want to do stuff like that. Like I want to visit like maybe like some historical grounds. I want to see like Montana, not like Wyoming. Maybe I want to see what's it called, Yosemite. Also, if you haven't noticed, sometimes I stutter like strangely. So I'm gonna speak nice and slow. I'm gonna speak like my name is Idris Elba. I would like to visit Yosemite National Park and do some paintings there. That'd be beautiful. I would love to visit. I would love to see California at least once in my life. So there's a lot of places I want to see. A lot of places I want to see that I feel like I haven't. I mean, I'm only 22, so I have time, but I don't want to. I feel like if any time is the time, I feel like now is the time. I haven't seen many states as I would like. My family's from Barbados. Well, I've rarely visited many other states for that matter. I mean, we're kind of on the same page. My family's from Barbados. Every time I've gone, I've left my painting supplies in New York City. I've seen many states. I haven't seen many states I would like. Amtrak from Chicago to California. Ooh, that'd be a long bus ride. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that'd be long. I would not want to do that. I want to go to Colorado. Colorado is gorgeous. I think Colorado would be amazing. I feel like I want to get better at painting first, though. Like, I want to be like really good at plein air by the time I get to do that. Or who knows? It might be fun to just do it while I'm still like a beginner and a beginning artist, and then come back maybe. I also feel like going to China. Could you imagine the plein air paintings I could bust out in China? Could you imagine how beautiful that would be? I would love to visit China. At least I would just want to visit China. I don't really want to stay in China too long. I don't know how much I would love China. I mean, it could be kind of cool. But I want to visit at least once. That'd be really sick. And honestly, I would probably rather go to China than Japan, too. I feel like China is cooler than Japan. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I don't know. I feel like Chinese cities, that's how I'll say it. I feel like Chinese cities have cooler historical stuff that I already know about. That's how I'll put it. Like, have you guys ever heard of the terracotta soldiers? That's crazy. Those terracotta soldiers, those are amazing. Yeah, that is true. But imagine being in the Middle Ages when you literally like imagine being in the Middle Ages where you literally lived in like a 5 mile radius and it's like as far as you went in your life. And if you wanted to travel somewhere, you had to be like Christopher Columbus and literally like organize the Spanish army to give you a boat. You have to, if you want to travel, you have to like convince the Spanish government to give you a boat, a $2 million boat. Imagine being back then. That'd be crazy. Yeah, you just watch a video. Yeah, the terracotta soldiers, those things are crazy. And I think they were each unique too. I think each of the terracotta soldiers were like a different face. That's insane. It's insane that each of the terracotta soldiers was like a unique person that actually had like a real life, and then was sculpted individually. Unless they were just like spamming faces, you know what I mean? Like unless they were just like randomly making people and they're based on no one in particular. That'd be funny too. But I think the thought, if I remember correctly, I think that the thought was that they wanted to be protected in the afterlife, so they made a bunch of terracotta soldiers to be buried with. I don't know. Kind of, I don't know. Kind of has like some mummy vibes where they want to plaster you up. Oh, that's sad. People of Pompeii. That's really sad. Where it's like they're like, you know what? You know what's crazy? I think the truth about the Pompeii people is that the models you see, like the models you see of the people covered in dust, I think those are actually negatives. Like I think you're not actually seeing the person turn into dust. I think you're seeing the person was covered in dust, which then was broken off and used as a mold to make a cast. I think that's what it is, if I remember correctly. I do make some stuff up sometimes, so that might not be true. Yeah, Pompeii is crazy. You know what's even crazier? Have you seen that like 500-year-old? I think she was like 15 when when it happened, but I think there's like this almost like a mummy, but it's more like a frozen. There's like a frozen girl. I think she like frozen ice or something, or she was sacrificed. I don't know what happened, but there's like a girl who's like perfectly intact after 500 years. I don't know what the story is. I forgot where she's from. I just looked it up too, so I should remember. Are you sure, Stephanie? Are you sure it's not dust? Or you're not? Are you sure they weren't just? I think what happened is that they got covered up by the ash, and then they used the rock and they broke it open and used it as a mold. But I don't know. Who knows? Oh yeah, I wish I could look it up, but I'm gonna. If I do, I'll give you guys nightmares. Like, it's that scary. It'll give me a nightmare too, so I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna joke. But it's like a perfectly preserved woman from like 500 years ago, and it's terrifying. She is terrifying. I mean, she's not terrifying. I'm sure she was a lovely young woman. But you know what I mean. The fact that her body is like still there after 500 years and it's like gray, and she looks like Samara Morgan. That's the scary part. Not her per se. I'm sure she was lovely in her lifetime. Okay, what needs to be fixed? The hands definitely need to be touched, at least a little bit. I don't want to just wimp out of the fingers just because they're difficult. Yeah, the only reason I'm challenging you, Stephanie, is because the only reason I'm challenging your masterhood in this subject is because I did take a geology class, and they brought up, I don't know if it was Pompeii or something similar to Pompeii. But yeah, I took a geology class, and I think that's what they said, but I don't remember. I didn't really listen that well in that class, so I could have forgotten. Okay, here we go. Google says they were preserved by the ash from the eruption. Okay, I'm on board with that so far. The only thing I'm wondering is the things that they show us, like the things that look like gray people or like white people, not white people, you know what I mean, but like stone people. Is that the actual person or is that a cast? That's all. That's my question. Can't believe I'm actually bossing up and I'm about to challenge do these hands, even though it's difficult. Boom. You know what I've also realized? This is something, you know what, this goes out to all my anybody who's watching this late in the replay. Sometimes, a lot of times when I feel bad about myself, the easiest way to get out of it is to do something that you didn't think that you could do. That's not, it's not saying it's easy, but like that seems to be a pretty consistent way for me to like get out of like feeling bad. So if you're watching this in the replay and you made it 91 minutes into the replay, that's a little nugget that I feel like I've come across in my life. Okay, archaeologists filled the voids with plaster to create the cast. Okay, yeah, exactly. So I think that's what I said. I might have poorly articulated myself, but that's what I meant. So theoretically, you could buy one of those, right? Just theoretically, right? You could technically find someone who has a mold and buy a Pompeii person, buy a mold of a Pompeii body. I wouldn't want to, but you know what I mean. Theoretically, just speaking in purely theoreticals. Is that disrespectful? Do you think that'd be disrespectful? Do you even want to buy one of those? It's part of history. I think that would be kind of disrespectful, honestly. Even though it's in the past, I think it would be kind of disrespectful. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that then. I wouldn't want one of those. I would hope that their body would rest. Because I would hope that if I end up in a Pompeii situation that nobody would buy my plaster mold. So I don't want to do that to somebody else. You know what's crazy? Like, even though this was just started off from a painting, the fingers are relatively accurate, like where they're placed, relatively accurate to the photo. That's pretty good. All right, Ash, good night. Honestly, I'm going to get off here in a little bit too. I'm probably going to make it to 95 minutes. And then I'm going to head out. But I want to make it, I don't want to leave right now. Just because I feel like I'm kind of on a roll and I don't want to lose the immediate thing right now. Actually, you know, it's only 94 minutes. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to end it now. I take it all back. Okay, we covered a lot of topics. From mummies to Pompeii victims to survival guides, first aid kits, flea market finds, painting techniques. I think we covered it all. 95 minutes. We're about to hit 95-minute mark. I'm just going to sit here and let it kind of fade out. I think actually what I want to do real quickly is put in the sky. If you've made it, yeah, paint trays. Hey, Rebecca, you just came at the very end. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to say that, but you came at the very end. We've been streaming for almost 100 minutes. I'm pretty proud of that. What I was going to say is, once again, if somehow you made it this far and you don't know who I am, I do painting videos. I do plein air painting, mostly plein air painting videos. Right now, yeah, sorry, it's almost over. But you can watch the replay. We've been here for 95 minutes. Okay, I'm just gonna touch in this background real quick. I do mostly plein air painting videos. This is my book. So if you're curious about my writing, or if you just want to have some of my illustrations, if you don't care about the writing, that's okay. But I do have some illustrations in here. Let me see if I can find a good one. Where is it at? If you want some of my illustrations, they're in this book, so that's really cool. So yeah. Yours won't have all the orange. That's my editing, but and it won't have this either because this is a pre-production book. But yeah, okay. As we wind down, I want to say thank you guys for stopping by. The conversations were immaculate. We covered all the things I love to speak about. Somehow we end up on Pompeii. But yeah, I'll say thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.